don't know what Lumi's talking about. Choose your character. I love the drama. I really do. I'm playing Ace Attorney in Genshin Impact. A secret third person. I didn't know this was gonna take so long. I don't know how it's right. Oh my god, this angle. Do we get a day 2? Court is adjourned. You meet with Linny and Lynette backstage in the Opera House. Yeah, this is kind of a mess.
Well, this is awkward.
That's one way to put it.
I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
It seems like something new. Like this was common knowledge that they were from House of the Hearth. Maybe not though, because then as many people wouldn't have come to their magic show. So I guess it wasn't common knowledge.
We trusted you two.
Messy. It's so messy. Two things can be true. I don't think they're evil, but I don't think they're perfect either. Neither of them have a Hydro vision, so.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but
I do like the little switch up. I do like that.
I know you've clashed with the Vitui several times.
We need to be done soon. My throat is starting to really hurt.
If just hearing the word is enough to
Yeah.
make you upset.
Yeah,
But
that
our
it is.
organization is very, very large.
Especially with what we did in Sumeru.
And goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's
Oh.
right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation.
So
and the
they were
disaster
being
that its
used
people
by the
might
Fatui
face.
then, maybe? I don't know.
I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends.
Oh, we can still be friends. We're friends with child.
That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead.
To be fair, we never
The truth
asked
is
if they
very
were the
important, but
Fatui.
Being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
Lenny, what does that even mean? What does that mean? How can we know this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even
I just want to
struggle
let him
trust me
talk at this point. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I really do.
Works as a magician,
Fatus.
a trickster by trade.
That there is that
All by
though.
coincidence too.
He is a trickster by trade.
Still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry.
At least not in
Please
this
forgive us.
case. Yeah, no, I think
Well, you both say that.
there's definitely something going on with the Fatui. For sure, obviously, but I do like this. I didn't know if they were going to go this route. I didn't know if we'd figure out that they were Fatui for now, but I like the route they're going with it. I really do. I think it's the most dramatic route they could have gone. That was revealed like in court. Explain the other issue first. Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed? This is what we need to know
Right.
the most right now.
Your answer first, and no lies.
Where did they
now.
go? Because that brings up like a secret third
Of
option
course. I'll answer any
of what
question you
happened
ask.
underground.
We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to
Huh.
know why it has a consciousness.
It is a
Why
sentient
can it deliver
device. I
sentences
was right about that.
accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it.
Beneath it.
From
That's
that
where they
moment on,
went?
Lynette and I have been designing this box trick
Oh.
with the objective of getting close to the core.
I would like to know
You
who...
needed a whole minute?
That's right.
I would
In
like to know who
truth,
came up
the
with this
audience would take about
thing initially.
75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So after jumping
'Cause
into
if it
the
was
tunnel,
the
I accessed
Fatui's
the Opera House
idea-
basement via the vent and went to
The
investigate
basement,
room
he
in
went in
which
the vent.
core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Oh. So the vent isn't even necessary. What'd you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I
Someone did
reached
go
out
through the
and
vent,
was
though.
About to investigate, I heard someone's voice,
A voice. It was the person being
which should have
snatched.
been possible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room.
He wasn't.
That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came.
Who was the... If they
On the
recognized
way
you, then you would
back,
know
I saw the broken vase and the
who it
clothes on the
was.
ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought.
The voice. You should know who the voice was, Lenny.
After that, the homicide.
The
occurred just as you saw.
homicide. They really used... They're using the big words that I might have to...
That explains why you
Blur
didn't
out.
blood.
They're using the words I have to blur out. God, why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates? I'm assuming that the Fatui just told him to figure it out and he doesn't know, but he's just doing it because he doesn't have a choice. So I'm going to
Because
say.
of that prophecy I told you about.
Oh, the
of course.
prophecy.
We must know all.
So
we
it's not
can about
Fatui
this
related.
nation's secrets in order to deal
Why
with
are they-
that prophesized
Are they just
crisis.
stuck in the Fatui then? They don't
That's
actually
the
do
only
anything?
way we can save everyone.
So, There
I
you
guess that
have
makes
it, the
a
whole
little bit
truth.
more sense.
I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time.
I do think
It
this
was
this
never my wish
whole
to
entire
pursue
story would hit a
Leo's
lot harder
cloud
if you didn't know they were from the
mistrust
Fatui going into it, though.
But
Like, you
like
find
I
out
said
in
earlier,
court,
you can be
that
the
would be a
judge.
lot.
If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's
I could
nothing
I can
can do to
imagine now.
stop
I'd be screaming.
Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Huh. We have one option. I believe in the fact. I will defend you from these charges. I believe that judgment will be dispensed as it should.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
Benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt.
Those are tipped pretty badly against
This is true. They are, like, visibly
If we
tipped.
refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Paimon, we already have the key evidence we need. I don't even know what it is. We're going back. I don't know what Lumi's talking about,
I think she gets what you mean.
but I think we're not supposed to entirely know. We just have Linny's picture. The voice in the Orator's core chamber. I want to know if did he recognize the voice? Yeesh. Okay, continue taking part in the trial. We got to keep going. I've been recording this for over an hour. I'm gonna give it like to an hour and a half, like I did the last video, and then we gotta cut it again. I can't keep going. The brief adjournment ends, and the nail-biting trial reconvenes.
Both parties have returned to their positions.
We're back.
Let us continue. the
Choose
trial.
your character. That's literally
When
what it looks
last we
like.
left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact.
What a
Therefore,
mess.
Lady Farina
love
may
the drama,
continue
I really
staging
do.
her reconstruction of the events.
It's fun. I love the drama. I did think we'd be doing this with Child, though. I'm gonna be honest.
Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention.
I did think Child would be the one on trial.
Stage. Let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
Oh my gosh, there's a game! Based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute any erroneous assertions of fact and replace them with new inferences. User refute. Okay, you know what? I can't read this. We're just going to go with it. Oh my god, it is a mini game. Okay,
As the countdown
God.
began, he entered the tunnel.
he entered the tunnel. Okay,
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the
Oh.
box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the he did not
Oh, I mean, I
realize
thought I
that
could
the
click on that to,
sound
like,
could be
skip
heard
through.
by
Or not skip through,
everyone in
but-
the opera house, which is why he claimed
Changed the
earlier
claim.
that he could not hear the sound.
no, because that wasn't true. He was in the basement at the time.
Finally, he used the vase to
Oh my
knock
god,
her
the
out.
art too is like
Only he was
insane.
too close to prevent others from recognizing her.
Okay, she changed her clothes. You can't do that then all in a
At
minute,
this
though.
time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel.
Oh.
Strange noise.
No, I think
and
Cowell was
caught
involved,
Linny
right?
red-handed.
I think Cowell was involved. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move so we can all see the art. Yeah, art. Look at the art.
So Linny
Linny knocked Cowell out.
Him out too before stuffing him into that box.
I mean, it makes sense, but I don't think it's right.
Linny passed the
Like, this is the only
unconscious
thing that's
secret
correct, this
compass
first
through
stop.
The magic box in the audience stands before operating the devices such
'Cause it
that
still
Cowell's
doesn't
death would
say.
be ruled an accident.
It still doesn't say what happened to Halsey, right?
And there you have it.
I don't think it's
That's
right.
The truth behind what
Because even
happened.
what Farina says, where the heck did Halsey go? Just says she's unconscious.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady
Yeah.
Farina's description of the events?
Parts 2 through 5.
The key to refuting.
Oh, we do have a voice today. Look at that.
is the order of events. What Linny experienced and what he saw.
How can we change the order of events? Because I don't think that's gonna work. All right, Linny's actions in the tunnels. He entered the tunnel. Identify loopholes. So, oh god, I have to pick something to refute this. Oh my god, I'm playing Ace Attorney in Genshin Impact. So this one would be Linny entered the tunnel. I don't think we can refute this one, but we do have to identify a loophole. Linny claims that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratress core upon entering the tunnel and did not witness the crime taking place and thus did not hear the thud. That's the thud. Entrances and exits. No one left the opera house during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who had their identities cleared by the guards could leave. Voice, a mysterious voice. I think it might be the voice. Nope, that's not right. Okay, what about the entrances and exits? No. Strange sound? No, so I guess it's just Linny's statement? No, then the dress? I'm sorry, what? None of these work? Oh, so we're not refuting this one. Okay, the loophole then for Linny attacking Halsey would be that he went to the chamber. Yes, successfully refuted. Yes. We got that one right. Okay. So then the kidnapping, was Linny really in the tunnel at the time? He was not, but we already used that as evidence. So then it would be the voice or the strange sound. No, it's not the voice. Actually, the voice. It's the voice. He heard the voice. The core. Yeah. Okay. Did the picture change as well? Yeah, the pictures change. That's fun. So then we have this one that Linny knocked Cowell out, but that is not true because of the strange sound. The dress. The dress. Yes. He saw the dress. And he only witnessed traces of the aftermath. Okay, so that's the real truth. So I guess 4 is right? Or 5 is right?
Detective Paimon
Ace Detective Paimon! It really is Ace Attorney! Oh my gosh!
Linny did indeed go into the tunnel.
Okay, Paimon.
Immediately used a vent to
The
access
vent.
the upper
Yeah.
basement, which is where
But
the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
then what about the girl?
Once he
Does we
reached
just
the
don't know
vent,
now?
He heard a voice in what should have been
The voice, the voice. The way Paimon's doing this. She's so good at this. Why is she so good at this?
The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again.
Go off, Paimon, I guess.
In order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time.
Yeah, he wasn't really down there fully for a while. Also, this art, like, is so cool looking.
Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view.
I'm just like,
Therefore, he's innocent.
how many people are gonna believe this? So that's the news story. Yes, successful refutation. Would you look at that? What do we do with this?
Paimon did it. Paimon actually managed.
Oh, she said it all with her stupid glasses.
Wasn't it awesome?
You did great, Paimon.
You believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Yeah, actually. He might have. But moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed. Oh, that's gonna hurt her.
My reasoning?
We gotta hit her where it hurts. We gotta question how smart she is. The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Linny by chance.
If that's the case,
I mean, yeah.
Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel. Who was the entire setup meant to kill?
Yeah, who was it?
Assuming that what you say is
I'm like,
true,
ah.
Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of
That's what I'm
killing
saying.
someone on stage
Because it's like, why are we killing people?
They have a point.
Why? Something went wrong.
Tell them.
Navia.
That's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Oh, Navia. I love Navia.
Your denial is very strident.
We gotta hit her where it hurts. We gotta hit her where it hurts.
But what proof do you have to back your claim?
Farina, what proof do you have to back your claims? Goes both ways. Do you happen to remember how you refuted Linny's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic
Also, we're like screaming back and forth at each other. How
not heard that
you could
sound.
be screaming and I would still not hear you. This is a big room.
You're saying that he wasn't.
He wasn't. He wasn't. Your claim has now become my weapon, and your claim has also become a critical clue. Choose the most reasonable evidence. Okay, I don't know. I have not looked at, oh, it tells me what's irrelevant. That's nice. Okay, thank you. So we have the entrances and exits, the strange sound, and information about the missing lady's identity, which is the evidence that Linny wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place. The strange sound, right? Or entrances and exits. It would be the strange sound? Because he didn't hear it. Oh, I'm missing one clue. Oh, yikes. Sound?
That's right.
It is the sound. Okay.
Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't.
Because he didn't hear the strange. I was like, it's the strange sound, but he didn't hear the strange sound.
This means that when the crime
But
happened,
yeah, that's what you pick.
Linny had already entered the basement via.
He wasn't
the vent.
there. He was in a basement.
The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the
I won.
proof. How do you like that?
Your little points.
Well played.
So can we see the scale?
Use such logic.
Oh, evil Farina.
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Who was it? A secret third person. The murderer was... Oh, we now have to select gear icons to check the corresponding case questions. I'm just skipping through this. I'll figure it out when I play it. How did the culprit trigger the onstage accident? So all we have is the investigation report. If Linny is no longer under suspicion, only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. what was the original plan for the performance. And we go to our clue that is the magic trick. Linny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work. By using a box inside a box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Linny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. So Lynette also had an assistant. Our next question, what evidence is there that the selected audience member was involved in the incident? And we go to the young lady's clothes. The clothes belonging to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. And now we have the true culprit, who is the only person who could possibly have committed the crime. Is this our secret third person? Yes, it's our secret third person! But
really a possibility?
I think it's a possibility, but we also have the deceased man.
Assistant. He would
I
have been able
don't-
to tamper with the equipment.
But then also we have Halsey herself.
Halsey is the missing person.
I don't
like
think-
an ordinary audience
Yeah, no,
member.
she didn't.
Or did she have her own scheme?
I
all
mean,
along?
because we go back to that thing with that PAIMON was reading in the very beginning, that the person who was not there for the whole story was the one who ended up doing it. I think there's a third
Could there
person.
have been a third person?
I think there's really a third person. Hypothesis incorrect. Oh, so it is.
His name is Cowl.
It is Cowl then? It's Cowl. Interesting. How was it him? Because I can't even pinpoint that one. I was hoping it would be a secret third person though.
That can't be right.
Then how'd he end up in the box?
The killer was, in fact, Cowl.
How'd he...
The deceased.
So he offed himself? Oh, that's messy. That's
How
messy.
Interesting. Let's hear your
Yeah, I would also
reasoning.
like to hear the reasoning because I don't know how that
What I must
worked.
announce is recreate
Oh,
the truth. What Cowl did.
we have a
and how he
voice.
Went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Oh, that's fun. I can sit back. Oh God. All right. How can we envisage Linny as having been unable to interfere with the crime? What are our
No one entered or
clues?
left
The
opera
entrances and
house through its
exits.
It would have been tough for both
The-
people to fit into that vent.
Both people fit in the vent.
The
No.
sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing
Linny's. It would be
Linny was
Linny's.
not in the tunnel at that moment,
I mean,
which gave our criminal ample time.
I think it's this one. Yeah, it's that. Next question. How can I prove that there was an altercation in the tunnel? I mean,
No one entered.
no
or
one
left
entered or
the
left. Would it be the
deceased's
thud?
name
I think it's the
Cowl.
thud,
The
actually.
sound we heard may have come from
A clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Okay, it's this one. Yeah. All right, next question. Who is the prime suspect currently? Cowl.
The deceased's name is Cowl,
Linny's assistant.
He would
Yeah.
have been able to tamper with the equipment.
This is true. It's Cowl. I hope I'm getting these right. Where did the missing Halsey go?
It would have been tough for both
The
people
vent.
to fit into that vent. but
Yeah, was she
likely
in the
have
vent,
bumped
though?
into
I
Linny
think-
as well.
I'm gonna say vent. Hypothesis incorrect. The vent is incorrect. Okay.
Halsey's clothing was in the
Is it
tunnel.
that?
So
I'm gonna try the clothing. It's still incorrect. All right, I have one more option.
no one entered.
The
or
entrances
left
and
the
exits
opera house
is.
through its
Exits
entrances.
is exits.
So
Unless the
Where would
answer
the criminal
is
have wanted
she's
to take
never
Halsey?
left, she's still here. Oh, it's still incorrect. Criminal must have understood the methods behind Linny's magic trick and must have been in a position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Cowl had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowl and Halsey struggling. Linny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowl to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stance. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house. So even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler?
I don't know. I guess there wasn't supposed to be a conclusion. Where in the world did Halsey go? I think she's still in the building. I think Halsey is still in the room with
How
us.
it is. So this was all just a
But
bluff.
how
And
then?
here I thought you had something
Is
to
she in the
show for it.
basement?
But it seems you're still far from the
Is she in the basement or did I mess something up?
Since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track?
I don't know, man. I don't have any other tracks. I don't know what to
Just like
do.
the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been
Uh-huh,
utterly different
uh-huh.
from the magician's initial design.
Lenny, you're a little bit too close to my face.
Only knew how Halsey disappeared.
I think she's still in the basement.
Nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And
The
none of them seem
basement.
very likely.
She's knocked out in the basement.
And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real life.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
From that water tank, Lynette.
Escaping from the water tank. Could it have been the water? Could it? I don't know.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing
Farina,
impatient?
give us a second.
There is no
Girl, give
greater
us a second.
sin in this opera
Yeah.
than an awkward delay in the performance.
That's where you're wrong. This is why we should not be treating it as a performance.
If
Thank
the
you for
defense is
coming to
unable
my
make
TED
further
Talk.
effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage.
This is
of the
taking
trial.
so, I didn't know this was going to take so long. Hold on a second. We are ace attorneying it. Hold on a second.
Lenny was not in
There we
the town
go.
at that
How can we
moment,
envisage Lenny as having
which
been
gave
unable
our
to,
criminal
unable to
ample
interfere?
time.
So we have Lenny's statement,
The sound we heard may have come
and
from
then how can I prove that there was an
missing Halsey on the
altercation in the
criminal.
tunnel? And it's the strange sound.
The deceased
Who is the
name
prime
was Cowell,
suspect currently?
Lenny's
It's Cowell. I don't need to hear that one again. So where did the missing Halsey go?
assistant. No one entered
It's
or
not the
left
entrances and
It
exits.
would have been tough for both
Tunnel
people.
vent.
Halsey's
She changed her
clothing
clothes.
was
What
in-
about this vase is
the
new?
was not broken by chance.
It was
It was used to cover
Oh.
important evidence. The water.
so she used the water? It's right, but I don't know how it's right. I just thought it might be that one because that one was new. I'm so
It
confused.
all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped.
So she disappeared because of the water?
Escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually
And leaving only clothes?
behind.
Oh. But where'd she go then?
If there's a similar method where a person
I
could
mean,
be
Eidolons
transformed into
can transform
water,
between water, like a water form, and
Just a moment.
Eidolons in the oceanids.
I hope you know how
They can have a human
preposterous
form.
you sound at the moment.
This whole thing is preposterous,
Person
Farina.
ever be
We've been here for an hour and
transformed
23
into
minutes.
water. This is reality
I've seen it.
we're talking
I've
about
seen weirder
here,
things.
Not some magic trick.
Huh. I request that we examine Kyle's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really?
Farina!
I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well.
What truth?
Magic tricks are ultimately
I mean,
just
sure, but
illusions and misdirection.
we live in a fantasy world.
But Halsey's
This is a fantasy bubble
disappearance
universe.
is
Magic is
very
real. Come
real.
on.
We're talking about two completely different things.
Are we though, Farina?
So, I trust the traveler's judgment.
Thank you, Lenny. Also, you better
The
trust us
truth
because we're
must be
saving
out
your
there
butt.
somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal
Where did
points that
she
don't make
go?
sense.
Because also, if she was just out and
Since
about,
Cal was the
so many people would be
deceased,
like,
we haven't placed much attention.
"It's you! You're
But
supposed to be
given that we haven't
missing
made
or
much progress
dead."
With the case, it
Ah.
wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
I mean, yeah, why didn't we look at his belongings before?
People really do.
The
come up
split
all
screen.
sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I
Farina's
see
really
it,
trying to make
your
him feel bad.
suggestion that we
And it's
broaden
like,
the scope
girl.
of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
It's a little bit of a
Nevertheless, I
stall.
believe that this is a
but it is
reasonable
reasonable,
request on the part of
yeah.
the attorney. Since
Neuvillette
the
looks
trial
so
does
cool. Oh my
indeed
God, this
appear to be
angle.
at an impasse, I believe
Gosh.
that additional evidence may help us make
Do we
more
get a day
progress.
2? Does the trial go on to day 2?
Please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
No. After some time, a guard returns with news.
We are still
Can we hurry it up?
examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that
It's
we feel must be
Esmond!
shared with
Thank you,
everyone who
Esmond.
tastes. We discovered several test tubes
Oh.
of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
The Tori had something to do with
The
that one.
notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are
Oh.
water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
Neuvillette knows what that is. I
The
bet
note's
he
contents
does.
also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
The Fatui!
The notebook
This
has
is getting
many
so
entries
messy.
concerning safe usage of these
This
fluids,
is so
in
messy.
which the keyword dissolve appears many
Dissolve.
times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date.
So they, they labeled them by dates. That means they'll know when they're
The
gonna
notes
strike
also
next.
state that these dissolution
right?
properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine.
Exclusively on people
It's
from, okay.
likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of
Is it
test
because she is specifically from
As
Fontaine?
Such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is,
Interesting.
in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
Nice.
Gotta be kidding. People dissolving into water?
Yeah.
Something so ridiculous actually be true.
This NPC is so pretty.
This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a
Oh.
coincidence, isn't it?
it's the prophecy. That's why Linny and Lynette were probably so
Does that mean that the water
intrigued
tanks
by
really
it, maybe?
used as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowl was targeting that girl...
Oof.
Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two... wait,
Where's
wait,
Navia
wait.
going? Wait, where's Navia going with these two?
What about your partners?
Oh, this
Let's
is
go. Just
getting
trust me.
even messier? Because something else entirely... Oh! Hi, Novelette. Hi. I was looking at my OBS for a second. Hi.
That further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results.
He's so cool.
But we cannot yet verify the veracity of these
I
clues.
propose day
Let us assume
2.
that these clues are indeed authentic.
This is going on
albeit
for
with the
so
understanding
long.
that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found.
I knew if I started the trial in this
Please
video, we'd
continue
be
examining the
done
items
for.
along these lines.
I need to lay down. I'm tired.
Here's your hypothesis
I'm
is supported
EP.
by the evidence. So please continue speaking.
Of course.
This has gone on for a long
Thank you,
time.
Your
I
Honor.
love it, but it's just like,
If we
I've
uphold
been
this
here for so
hypothesis,
long.
I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected.
there's
together.
really no way to split this up into other, like, multiple videos more than what I've done, though. Like, there's no way to split it and make it make sense. So, like, we just have to sit here.
Let's think about this.
We just really have to sit here
Must have something
and keep
to do
going.
with that water from
Please
the
don't make me think again. Oh, okay, it's just a clue. It's just a clue. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, who is the prime suspect currently? It's Cowl. Why do we have to do this every single time? What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution? The hook.
Now it seems
He
like
used the
the
hook. I don't know
was
how,
not
but he
meant-
used the hook. Okay, what item did the culprit use to dissolve Halsey? The primordial seawater. And what item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the curtain? Or mechanism behind the crime?
That was in the magic box on
Was it the
stage.
magic
I
box?
remember there was something else within the inner leg.
I think I'm gonna do the on-stage box. We're gonna start with that one. It's wrong. Okay, wrong box. Other box. It's the other box. It's the audience side magic box. Yep, there we go. I'm a genius. I speedran it. Now what? Paimon. Paimon jump scare. I need a water break. I really do. Hold on.
Cowl would tamper with the
You
water
tell your story, Paimon.
and the number selector securing his target.
I took my water. I might need to take a lap around my apartment. Really? But okay, so he tampered with the number selector. Oh, that's bright. Oh God.
The metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the
Huh.
balloon at the top of the box.
The
When the
balloon.
balloon attached to the box popped,
There was a balloon on the
the
box.
water from the
I know there was
primordial
balloons
sea
inside.
it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
Oh, the water was in the balloon, I think.
Cowl would enter the tunnel and break
That makes
the power
sense.
base to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage.
I still don't know what's going on.
We encountered something unexpected in the tunnel.
So was it Cowl's voice that he heard?
Fatally hit by the same water tank.
They show the hand.
used to cover his tracks.
Yeesh.
That does make sense.
That
Did we
actually
just-
links together
Also,
all
these
the more
NPCs in the
confusing
background are
pieces of
they're
evidence.
literally just here as set decoration. You can tell. That's how they fit so many NPCs on screen.
I do. Even I think they sound convincing now.
Oh, we're done.
Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Oh, she feels bad.
What a humiliation.
Because I was gonna be like,
Now,
she just
it
wants to
seems
win at
that
any
the only
cost, but
point of
no,
contention remaining is the
she does
exact
feel bad
circumstances that led to
because she
Cowl's
got
death.
carried away the night
His
before.
notes mentioned he had an accomplice
But I
who
mean,
could
it
be
did look like
related
they
to
did
the
it.
situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating
New
that they
evidence?
uncovered new evidence. I
Is
shall
it
now
the
invite
secret
him on
third
stage to share
person?
with us.
Is it the secret third person?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Vaughn. Okay,
Just
hi.
inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case.
Oh.
And we found an identical sample of the water from the
Oh,
primordial sea among Linny's
no.
personal effects.
Linny. We were so close. I mean,
See? Well, how wonderful.
I mean,
comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound
oh,
you.
it's we were confused. It's the
Does
Pokemon
this
move.
not
We're
clear all
confused.
doubt? My dear citizens,
Gosh,
my
that
loyal
had to be
audience,
planted because he
allow
acted like he
me
didn't
to
even know
present
about it.
my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift
Farina, do not
close.
jump to conclusions, please. Give us a second. Oh, we're doing this again. We're refuting.
Linny
Okay.
did not need to take
The
part
tunnel's
in
back.
dissolution
The
of
tunnel
young
is
woman at
back.
all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
So there was a little teleportation thing going on as well, but it was with the water. Okay, so he entered the tunnel.
Modifications
She
to the vent
dissolves.
beforehand. His accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea.
So she dissolves in the box. That much This is not the right
But
description
upon
though,
his
right?
return,
Infighting.
cruel avarice
Oh my god.
desired soul credit and prepared to do away with his
Soul
partner in
credit?
crime.
This is such a mess. Also, this artwork kind of goes hard.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the
The
crime up
vase.
also became a
A
murder,
murder weapon. Oh my gosh.
Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does
The famed
seem that the
Fatui.
famed Fatui is quite
The
the
Fatui
cold-blooded
was
and
still
ruthless
involved,
organization.
but actually no, they don't say the name of the organization that Cowl was a part of, but we know that the Fatui is a part of the disappearances. So then what? Huh.
Am I right?
No.
Mr. Linney?
Farina, you're not right. I don't know with what, but we'll figure it out in a second.
We've used up all the evidence we collected.
Oh.
There's no way for
We
us
don't
to
have any
go
more
back
evidence.
here.
Why can't we use evidence twice? Just a thought.
Is this the end of the road?
No, it's not. We'll figure something out. I know a guy at the prison, apparently.
Oh
Oh.
no, Paimon can't think of anything either.
Lynette, quick. You haven't said anything in a while. What do you have to say? Lynette, quick.
Water as new evidence was too good a move. Why
Was
did
it
this
too
have to
good a
happen now?
move? There has to be something. Also, I'm not moving my box for a second. I'm just going to let it play out because I think we're going back to the screen.
Now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning.
We will go back to the screen, I bet.
This is indeed the finale.
I don't... there's something more. Oh, no. Do not hit that the fourth orb.
Noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your
He knows something's up, though.
Excuse me,
Oh,
everyone.
Navia.
I must interject.
Navia's here to save the day.
I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
No, but that's like, please sit down.
Hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now,
She's with
would
us.
anyone here
Let it
like
be.
to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic?
Oh, she's putting on a
Show you
show.
an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared
Oh, I love her.
back in the flesh, right before your very eyes.
Oh my god, wait, does she get...
Do the honors, Mr. Linney, if you would be so kind.
Wait.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my
Wait.
scope as a magician.
I'm sitting here with like nothing to say because I'm like, wait, what? Huh?
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it?
She's gonna... What is she up
Reveal the
to?
truth while presenting a fascinating illusion.
Paimon,
Once
you gotta take off the
everyone
stupid
believes the
glasses, really.
illusion, can't magic reveal
Is it the
truth to
box?
them once
We're
again?
bringing the box back, really?
And wouldn't such a trick be the most
I mean,
marvelous finale to today's
how do... If the water...
Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina
The box is back. They set up the box?
necessary arrangements on your behalf.
How are they allowed to do that?
As the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
This is such a weird way to go about it, but I guess it's gonna fix something. Here we go. Just a snap. One snap.
And voila.
And voila, I guess. So... Is that the girl?
Sorry for the
Yeah,
interruption.
I guess it is. I guess I don't have to do a rebuttal again. I'm in the clear, I guess.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
So...
To be clear,
Now
I'm
what?
here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
What's in her
I was
sentence?
hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the
Oh.
one put on trial.
Wait.
I was just feeling
Why?
happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
So are the disappearances happening?
That'll teach you to
Willingly?
underestimate us three.
Just
Should
wait.
I begin?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
The one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
Oh my god.
Why?
I didn't even think that she was the one who did it.
See, my name isn't Halsey.
It's not Halsey.
It's Lillian. And I'm originally
Lillian.
from Mondstadt.
Oh, and it only works on
I
people from
heard that
Fontaine,
Lee's
right?
show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I
She-
stole one. That's how I make a living.
Oh my god. She's the one from the very beginning.
And I'd never been caught before.
She's the thief from the... Y'all, what the heck? I should have sit back in my chair for a minute. That whole bit at the beginning, I'm like, why does this matter for anything? Why are we doing this? And it matters like 3 hours later. Oh my god.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days
Yeah.
ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
So she returns the wallet, but the ticket was missing.
No wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
But
Liddy even mentioned
wait,
that you
didn't
were
she?
pretty skilled.
Oh, okay, maybe that's not when she stole the
And I thought
ticket.
that would have been the end of it, but then the number
Yeah.
selector chose me.
And it didn't work. She's from
She
Mondstadt?
even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure.
Why did he mention the what's going on in the
right along
prison?
with the show,
That's
there
why we
was
go to the
an
prison.
opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box.
Okay, so
There was
I
nowhere
think
to
I
run from
did.
there,
Wait, I
though,
think I clocked
so
that
I had to
earlier.
change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
She never
I
left.
slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera
She
house.
never left. I was right.
Can a person even hide in there?
But there wasn't a secret third person, so I was wrong about that. If they're a practiced hand at concealment, probably a professional thief could make it work.
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear.
Yeah, no one really knew about that
Had I
one.
known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I
Realistically,
may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
realistically, it was supposed to be the person in there, and it only makes, because she was supposed to be in the box on the other side, but it only makes me think that she was initially supposed to disappear with the water, and then the water tank would fall down in the box, and it would make it look like she had passed away. And the reason they want to do that is so they could cover their tracks and nobody would go looking for her, sort of thing, I think. Also, there wouldn't be like a body, so like I don't know. What was the reason?
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
There's still so many loose ends, but it's much clearer than before, but we still have loose ends. Now it's time to refute the Hydro Archon's previous reasoning.
This time,
All
we
right.
need to tell the entire story from Lilian's
Oh
perspective.
god, this is we're doing it like this. Okay. Refuting it's very much stacked against us. Okay. So, do we have a loophole for the tunnel? The Lenny answer the tunnel. I don't think so. I think that one's right. Halsey dissolving? I mean, she didn't dissolve. I think maybe the random number selector. No. Okay, let me try the vase then. I don't want to read these anymore. I'm just literally going to try stuff. Strange sound. Oh, the strange sound was a fight. Oh, no, it wasn't a fight. Okay, so it was her trying to break out because she wasn't supposed to be there. So then we have infighting between Lenny and Cowell, which this picture right here goes hard. That is so cool. So the loopholes to the infighting would be the flower vase. Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay. All right. Then we have the murder weapon vase, which would the dropped hook rope? No. Random numbers, like, is this the clothes? The clothes. Good. Yes. Okay. I feel like I clocked that one earlier. Yep. There we go. And that's the whole story.
And it's
We did it again.
Paimon time!
Ace Detective Paimon. Oh gosh.
Having been selected out of the
So I guess we got it right finally.
panicked.
Okay.
Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So
Because originally that was supposed to make her disappear somewhere.
But we all heard.
Wow. Okay, I guess it makes sense. I guess it all makes sense now.
Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel.
Oh, because of the commotion. Okay, I'm yawning. Oh my gosh. Lily, yeah, okay. All right. What was the goal then? What was the goal? I don't know.
He did not know that Lily
'Cause she still would have been- She still would have disappeared.
Thief who made her way in.
This is also so convoluted. Oh my god. Genshin has had some really convoluted quest lines before, but I think this is the most convoluted we've gotten in a really long time.
Mistakenly believed
And
that the
honestly,
water
it works. It works, and it only works in Fontaine to be this convoluted.
He tried to force Lillian back into the box.
Uh-huh. Back in the box.
The two broke the flower.
Going through this whole thing again is just like, I'm about to go on my phone. I'm tired. I'm taking a nap after I finish recording this. I wanted to edit something after this, but then I got roped up in Archon Quest. Oh my god.
With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk.
I feel like we don't need to go through the whole story again, and if you're gonna go through it again, it's more fun with like animated cutscenes, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bored. I'm gonna be honest. I still think it's very entertaining, but just going through the whole thing again is kind of like, do we really gotta do this, guys? Really? I was gonna play Super Mario Bros. Wonder tonight, and I ended up doing this. I don't regret it, but this was not my plans for tonight. We did it! Heck yeah.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection.
This is why we had Navi on our side.
So, she has been trapped in the opera house.
Last 2 days.
2 days.
Well, I guess, yeah, we had the one day, and then this is day 2. Okay.
Desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So,
Oh.
she slipped 2 of them right under our noses.
I was that. There we go.
Sneaky thief.
How'd she get?
At this point,
How'd she do that?
the events that happened in the tunnel have
That's impressive.
come to light.
That one's impressive.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
That's impressive how she got her macaroons.
Bravo!
We won! We won!
Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
Farina, I don't think you have anything left to say. I think we just won.
Answer the question, Lady Farina.
Nuvalet's like, please.
Also, if I may add,
don't.
the trial has not yet ended.
She was gonna leave.
I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings.
She was literally just gonna leave. Oh, the poor thing.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
No, he just knows you a little bit too well.
I have no further
The
argument.
poor thing.
I admit defeat.
She is so
But
insecure.
really,
The poor
couldn't you
thing.
at least have left me with some dignity.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh, I almost feel bad for her because you can tell
If
she's
there are
like,
no objections,
she really is
then as the
insecure.
Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again
And I think it's
repeat
just
the
because she
full
feels like
sequence of
she's not
events.
doing enough as the Hydra Archon after the previous
actual
one's
perpetrator
passing.
Of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list.
Look at that,
With some
Nuvalet is doing
modifications to
the stuff.
selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover
See, this
up
is a
any
much better way to
evidence
do it. This is
operating
more
indeed,
entertaining.
Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was
Oh.
dissolved. He also tampered
But
with
then
the rope suspending
I'm
the
still
water tank,
curious
using the
what
fireworks at the end of
the
the
deal
performance to cause
was.
the tank to drop and hide the watermarks.
I'm still
He
curious
poured
what the deal
water from
was
the
after her
primordial sea
disappearance.
into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid.
Like, what was the
Finally,
goal?
He passed the prepared
with
hook on a
anything.
rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic
I'm
trick
like, I'm just
officially
a little
began,
confused still.
The box containing the woman
Like, what was the end
lowered
goal?
into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan,
That
the
has to be
young
so
woman would be
jarring though. Like,
dissolved
you're
at this
just like,
time.
I should not be
However,
here, and then you just
Lillian
get
was not
covered in
from
water.
Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise.
That's like-
Realizing that there was trouble,
What was
Cowl
his
entered the
original
tunnel
end
and
goal?
met Lillian, thinking that the waters had not yet taken
Also,
effect.
I think the
He
mask
decided to
thing
proceed.
is like really cool. I think it's cool.
However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome.
Yeah, no, she will fight
knocked
you.
Unconscious and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final. victim.
That is
Lillian, according
irony
to
right
her
there.
own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the
To be fair
performance
though, she
ended
was acting
before
out of
hiding into other
self-defense.
parts of the
So
opera house. As for Linny,
I support women's
he
rights,
was
but I
in
also support
underground
women's wrongs.
structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings.
Lenny
From
wasn't
this
even there. He's like, I
reconstruction
was
of
not
events,
even in the
we can
room.
conclude that Linny, the accused, is in
He's
fact
innocent. We did it.
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated,
This is true.
separately,
Why was
this
Lenny looking
case,
up the
at least,
thing?
can be handed over to the
Yay!
orators to make the final decision.
We win. Oh my god, Honkai Star Rail? That's the same animation. You've got to be kidding me. That's really cool. Oh god. It's just as bright as Honkai Star Rail. Instead of a 5-star, you get put in jail.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially
Yay!
declared not guilty.
We win! I'm almost positive they used Ace Detective Paimon as a nod to Ace Attorney, and I love that. I love that. A classic, if you will. Let's not celebrate just yet. I still want to know what Cowell's end goal was here. He was still gonna pin this on them. There still would be a missing persons case pinned on Linny and Lynette.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, God.
Oh, does he know?
How did you find the water from the primordial sea?
Oh. Wah wah.
Your discovery caused me to make a
Oh,
serious
this is awkward
mistake, you
now.
know. Or
Is Vaughn with them? Bruh.
But false evidence that you
False
dare
evidence.
to bring before this court.
Isn't that evidence tampering, then? Isn't that like an actual crime?
Was not Linny, but you, yes?
Oh, Vaughn's the accomplice. Wah wah.
I'm sure you know what you must
Listen,
do
I know we're not supposed to be making entertainment out of courts, but this is a video game. It's fine.
Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Coupon Town? What's
I
Coupon
was just
Town?
following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
So this is an entirely different group. There's multiple factions involved, which honestly doesn't surprise me because Honkai Impact does that, but there's multiple groups.
Higher-ups, yes.
Yeah.
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know and seek.
Oh yeah, witness protection at this point.
Yes.
That's true.
I'll tell you everything I know.
At this point, it's like a witness
discovered
protection
that
thing.
The water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion.
A potion?
Which, when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
Okay, so they wanted it for like
We've been in this business for a
black
while
market.
and have made
Black
decent
market
more
drug.
out of it.
You didn't hear from me though. Stay safe out there.
Disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking
The
about.
disappearances weren't the what? 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 This got weirder. This video is gonna be like 2 hours long. I'm sorry, but there's no good way to split this. He turned into water. Wait, the prophecy. The prophecy. So there's a different group that's not the Fatui. The Fatui isn't behind the disappearances.
An outrageous act.
Actually, I prefer this. I very much prefer that the Fatui is not behind the disappearances because I was under the impression and how it was shown in the special program, because we got the 2 new Fatui opponent enemies and they're both like woman Fatui members. It looked really bad because I was like, oh, the people who are disappearing, the Fatui caused the disappearances, and now that's our new opponents in game. And it looked bad. Okay, it looked bad. But they're not related. They're not related. They just gave us like woman opponents. Okay, you know what? I prefer that. I very much prefer that because it looked really bad before. And I was also under the impression like, yeah, the Fatui's done some bad things, but I don't think they're inherently an evil group. I think that they have their reasons for what they're doing and they think they're doing the right thing, but a lot of times they're not. I think they're like 2 things can be true sort of thing, because even like there's been things where like the before, and like especially with the summer events where the Fatui wanted to do this specific experiment. Someone wanted to do an experiment and the Cryo Archon, who I literally almost just called Bronya, and at this point it might be easier to just call her Bronya, but I don't think it's Bronya. Anyways, I was like, oh, she said no, so we are doing this thing in secret, this experiment that could possibly kill people. We're doing it in secret because she said no, because it's inhumane. And so I don't think they're inherently bad, and this backs that up. There's a secret other group that is not the Fatui that is behind all of this.
All present,
and they're bad.
please submit to inspection immediately.
They're the ones who are bad. They got the robots in here. Wow. Is that serious? Nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquid left behind after Vaughn dissolved. Yikes.
So
how was it? We need to go back on the prophecy, because I think, how does the prophecy work? Is it people who lied, like, and were not upholding justice, or they're getting their comeuppance? Is that what that is? I don't know. The problem seems to have been solved for now, and we're not needed here anymore.
True,
but then we just have more questions now. To be completely honest, I'm waiting, Lenny.
I
Oh.
know you may not want to speak to me right now.
Paimon
Maybe
feels
you
bad
don't
for
even wanna look
him.
at me, but still.
Yikes.
Let me
Drama.
Thank you again for defending me to the end.
Oh.
Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I mean, we have one other friend in the Fatui. Child's also our friend. So, like, what's another one? We became friends with Scaramouche. Like, what's another one? Another 2. Because I also don't think the Fatui is inherently bad. I think they have some bad apples, like Dottore. But even he, just like, he's almost a tragic character, if anything. Like, yes, he's done bad things, and those could not be overlooked. But, also, he's so much mental stuff going on there. With Linny, though, I just didn't wish to see anyone be falsely accused, and I just wanted to be sure that we're square.
I guess. But regardless,
I think
I'd
we
like
should
the
hear him out,
opportunity to set
genuinely.
things
Maybe I'm biased, but
I didn't approach you with any ulterior
it's
motives or
not like
intent.
we're not friends with
I've spoken
other
to you as
people from the
myself,
Fatui.
Just plain Linny this
Yeah.
entire time.
And they're not as high
As
up
for why I'm
as
a
Child.
Fatui,
Like,
It's because
here's the
goals
deal,
of
right?
The House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me.
I don't think they had an option as well. I think they were kind of pulled into the Fatui because they were an orphan. Kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like with some of the like Honkai Raven, kind of like Raven a little bit, kind of just pulled into it, ended up there. But why, here's my thing, why are we so against hearing Linny out and like being friendly to Linny when we're literally friends with Child? We saw him and talked to him earlier. What's the difference? If anything, Linny didn't summon a sea god and try to kill us. Anyways.
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then
just
too.
right out telling us.
The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
The Knave. Yes, she is, Paimon.
And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind
how long
sharing
is
the
this story, Linny? We might have to do it in the next video because I don't want this to go over 2 hours.
First died.
Nope.
Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
Oh.
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street
performer.
Magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks.
So that's how he got into doing
I
magic
took my sister
tricks.
through several streets until we found a crowded
Aww.
corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there.
I'm just imagining little baby
surprise,
twins
pretty
doing
popular,
this.
and we could at least stop worrying.
So
about where
Fremine
our
is not
next meal
actually
would
like a
come from for
biological
time.
sibling to them, I'm
But
assuming.
I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever.
Oh.
Before long, an aristocrat came to me.
I'm gonna start
and claimed that he
crying.
wished to take us in after watching my performances.
Who was the aristocrat?
So
Which
you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
who was the aristocrat? Which Fatui was
how
it?
we felt at first,
Which
too.
Fatus was it?
As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days.
But they just ended up in a
I
another
gradually
horrible
discovered
scenario.
That while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks.
Oh, he wanted to
Constantly take me to all sorts of
Yeah.
banquets to garner attention, which he would then use
So I guess
to
they didn't
expand his
stay
social
there.
circles.
That's so
That doesn't seem too bad either.
unfortunate.
Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
I mean, yes and no, because he wasn't.
It took a while
Yeah.
for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After
He didn't
one
care about
particular
those
performance
two.
At a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
Oh.
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back.
He was gonna separate them.
I
Don't
went to that
separate
noble's bedroom and
them.
asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the
Oh,
banquet,
that's
so I sent
disgusting.
her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform. your
Props to the
magic
VA though, because
regardless
there's you
of
can
who your
hear the
assistant
anger in
is,
his
yes?
voice, which is so impressive. But that's disgusting. Ugh.
But what if Aaron's laws deal with
Disgusting.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye
Yeah,
of
villains. That's I've said before. No one is inherently good or evil, but that sort of behavior, that is evil. That is evil behavior. Villains. They are
managed to
villains.
ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person.
Kick his
and
ass,
hurried
Lenny.
to
Kick
the
his ass.
But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in,
Do it. Do it. Do
all
it.
I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood,
Oh,
and the
she was
nymph
watching them.
standing there in the darkness.
So they did just kind of fall into the Fatui. No, they did kind of just fall into the Fatui. They did not really have that
That's right.
choice.
She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm,
But he,
and had even
yeah,
discovered several girls hidden in a basement,
Oof.
all of them orphans.
evil, disgusting.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so
Yeah.
she made me an offer.
Because also, as much as I support women's rights, but I also support women's wrongs, I think what Arlecchino did there, great. I think that was, yes. But at the same time, I don't think they had a choice. They were both, emotions were probably really high in Linny at that point. Arlecchino just saved his sister. And that's when she made the offer. I think that's a little bit manipulative because how do you say no after that? And what would have happened if he had said no? You know, like you kind of have to say yes. And also, she just saved your sister and is now asking, you want to know how I did it? Join me. And like, you can't say no to that. And he was young at the time, I'm assuming. So he really just kind of fell into it. Like I've said this before with like Honkai Kokolia, both versions, whichever game, pick your poison. She is not the greatest, but she's not a good person. But she didn't start out that way. She definitely just kind of fell into these tragic scenarios and made bad choices can continue to make bad choices. And I think that's kind of what's happening with the twins here. I think they fell into it. They didn't really have a choice, but they're still trying to fight back in any way they can and not kill people, you know?
The House of
You know?
welcomes you, for your interests
Yeah.
align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here.
Yeah, betrayal's not permitted because they kick you out if you betray. And betray is on their terms.
Betrayed by nobles. But
Yeah.
she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
No, I think they didn't really have a choice.
So that's how the two of you joined the House of the
Yep.
Hearth.
It's all in the past, though. The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans.
I'd be interested to see what those plans are as well. I'm very interested in this.
To first use
Ooh.
the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save.
See, that's also the thing. I don't think that everyone of the Fatui is inherently evil, because this isn't like an evil motive. Which is interesting, because when we have the pre-Fontaine video, she seems so evil.
So
But this isn't like...
using that prophecy too?
She just wants to save Fontaine, it seems
The
like.
whole House of the Hearth
She's
is
very
working
Raven
to
Honkai
combat
Impact
the
coded,
crisis.
in a way. I think they are very similar characters. I don't
Today's
necessarily
case
think
has
one is an
also proven
XP
that
of
people
another,
from Fontaine can
but I
indeed
think they're very
dissolve into some
similar,
sort
and
of
I'm
water,
okay with that because I
thus
love
further supporting
Raven
the
Honkai
prophecy.
Impact 3rd, so like it's okay.
All of
I
us
think
house
Raven's a
members
very
here, Lady Arlecchino
interesting
herself
character.
included, are from Fontaine.
And I do specifically
We
mean
won't give up on defending
Raven
our homeland.
Honkai Impact 3rd, not
To us
Natasha
orphans,
Honkai Sura.
The only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from
Dang.
small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis,
It's all for the prophecy. That's the thing. Even if they do bad things like stealing a Gnosis, they have a reason for it and think they are in the right. But, and I mean, in some ways they are. In some ways they are. Because if the Gnosis can be used to deal with the prophecy, why aren't we using it to deal with the prophecy? You know? That sort of thing. And how much, like, that's the other thing, even with the power with the Gnosis, who needs that much power in this day and age? Like, do we need the gods? What do we do from here? There's so many things to be said. Anyways, I still can't completely trust you. I don't completely trust Child either, you know?
The only thing I can do is relate all this to you.
We can be friends, but I don't trust you.
Understand that even as a member of the house, I have never stopped making my own.
I don't know if this is going to make sense to anyone, but you can really tell Lenny is the 5-star. Seeing them like next to each other, you can really tell Lenny is the 5-star and Lynette's the 4-star. I don't know if this is going to make sense to anyone but me, but I cannot explain it visually. You can just tell. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I have nothing else to say.
I will do my best to help you, as plain Lenny.
I love Lenny. I understand. Paimon. Paimon feels bad. We'll be back. We'll be back for sure. 2 hours. 2 hours we've been here, and we can finally leave the godforsaken opera house. I am gonna teleport because I don't necessarily want to do... Oh, okay, we're free! We're free! I did really like it, but it took a while. It did take a while to get through. I do think there were some parts that dragged and weren't as necessary, but it was really good, and I think we're not even done with part 1 yet, to be completely frank. I think we still have some... I think I was supposed to leave the opera house and finish it that way, but we're not going to do that today because it's been here for a while. So yeah. Yeah, we're still in Act 1. This seems over and yet. So we will finish in the next one, even though I don't think we entirely finished this whole Lies Cast Shadows Under Gathered Lights. I don't think we finished it, and I don't know if that's even what we started on in this video, but we will do the rest of it later on. So that'll be the next Genshin video, I'm assuming, unless something else comes up. I do not know. This is probably the last time I'll be in Genshin before I go to Boston. I'm pre-recording. So something else might come up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably have an event or something. I don't know. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more, and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone Hatter is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all in my next video. I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye, guys!